Hey everyone, Creative Fun here. We are back again. We're trying to build this amazing spaceship. So last time I was basically finished with the frame of the midsection of the ship, and I'm thinking like this front section here is going to be like the main weapons bay and crew quarters, and I'm gonna place the bridge right here. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do today. I think I'm gonna start separating things up and plan a little bit out here in the back of the ship. Let's move over to that and see. I wonder where I'm gonna put the reactors. I've been thinking maybe the reactor room should be one giant room where we can have like a little bit of armor blocks or whatever, like a lot of at least light armor blocks, or maybe some heavy as well, that actually protect the reactors, because I'm gonna have 2, maybe 3 reactors. I don't know how much power I'm gonna need actually for this ship. We have 2 reactors in Galahad, and that seems to work just fine, but this ship is gonna be a bit bigger, have a bit more engines. I'm thinking maybe 3 reactors is necessary. So if I put this here, maybe, will this be big enough? I'm gonna have to put down a reactor in my inventory slot so I can space it out. I wonder if I can space it out if I need some extra. Can I just place it if I want to? Oh yeah, great. So that's the size of the reactor. We're definitely not going to place it there. So the question is, I think I'm definitely going to have like a backup battery system as well. But I'm not going to have them at the same place as the reactors, because the reactors is taken out. I'm thinking maybe there's room in my plans at least for placing batteries somewhere here, or maybe in the forward compartment of this engineering section. Is this enough space to place the reactors? It should be. So if I place one reactor right there, one reactor in the middle, and then one reactor right there. Now technically they work. That fits, but barely. I think I'm actually gonna have the reactors going up a bit here. So I'm gonna have 2 on top of each other. Maybe we can do like this. Oh, not there. Whatever. And place the reactors. One reactor there. Let's see, where do we have that? Do we have connection on the back side and on the top? Okay, good. And then we're gonna have one reactor on the top here. Thinking we could have them all hooked up together. That might actually look pretty cool. Perfect. So that could be the main reactor room actually. That would look pretty goddamn awesome. I think we're gonna have conveyor belts going down here and there. And we're gonna have conveyor belts being connected. We could actually have a conveyor belt also connected down here and move out throughout the ship. We're gonna need nice spacing for the conveyor belts. I want like a service area where the conveyors are, and then so it's not visible regularly when you're walking around the ship, so they're a little bit tucked away. But that might work out just fine. I'm gonna be sure to put a lot of protection around this. Also, since we're gonna, in my plans right now, we're gonna have I have 2 ideas for how to place the engines and the hangar bay. I think of having either hangar bay out, like as I mentioned in the previous video, the SG-1 Daedalus class starships, they have like 2 big hangar bays on each side of the ship. So that's one idea. The second idea is just having big engine nacelles on each side and having a giant hangar in the bottom here instead. Either way, there's going to be quite a lot of protection around the reactors. Also, on the top here, we are going to have like a landing bay, or a landing deck maybe. It's very similar to the one we have, to the small one we have here on the Galahad. So something like this, but quite a bit bigger on the top of the ship. Oh, oxygen refill for bottles. Okay, I'm actually gonna go fill up with some oxygen and get me a couple more oxygen bottles. Ow! Oh fuck. Did I just die? Oh, that's stupid. Okay, well, oops. Good thing I can respawn, right? Oh my god. Well, I'm just gonna go out and get stuff. I'm actually gonna fill up with some oxygen bottles while I'm still here. Where is my... Oh no. I'm pretty sure I died right here. Where is the backpack? Did it just fell down because of the gravity? Oh, I'm never seeing those metals. No, that's so much metal getting lost. Oh no. Well, that's space engineers for you. I need to be more careful. Oh my god, that's so stupid. Okay, so we have corner of the reactor room here, and this usually when I build a big ship in Space Engineers, it's probably a very, usually for me at least, it's a very good idea to just have an idea where we want the floors and the decks to go and so on. And so this is not like a mega ship. This is not something that you can that, you know, if I built this in Creative, I could make this 10 times as big without having to worry about anything. But this is a matter of resources as well. I have limited resources, so I cannot make this ship as huge as, you know, a Creative build would be. So I have to think about saving the resources and planning ahead, so I don't build a lot of stuff unnecessarily. Is extremely important. For that, I can't just click and remove an entire reactor. You don't even have enough resources to build a reactor right now, but if I could get at least one of the reactors from Galahad actually, because I think one reactor is enough for that one to operate, because we have the solar panels as well. And we're definitely gonna have some extra batteries on this one too. I'm thinking solar panels would be cool to have as well as like an emergency backup thing, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm thinking of having like 2 decks right here, like 1, 2. Is that good enough? Maybe we could actually think about decks. You have to choose if you're gonna make them like 2 stories, like 2 cubes tall or 1 cube tall. Now 1 cube tall is fine, but it's a little bit cramped. I would prefer like a walkway to be maybe 2 or 3 cubes width and 2 cubes height. That makes it feel a bit roomy and easier to move around. And as you can see in the Galahad, things becomes pretty cramped, and having the 1 by 1 walkways can be like a service place where you can access some conveyor belt or so on, or like some other systems. So I would like to have like as big as possible walkway so it feels roomy to walk in. Of course, the more interior space, the more oxygen you need to fill it, and we have to think about how to put the bulkheads and where to put the oxygen on as well. Let's see here, can I search? Thank you. Oxygen, we have the oxygen generators. Let's see, oxygen farm, is this something you would like to have? It's not terribly expensive to build, and it might not need as much ice, but I'm gonna go with the oxygen generators and oxygen tanks. I think if I should have them in separate rooms. So one room with oxygen generators and then one room with oxygen tanks. One of that would be cool to have them separate like that. The more you split things up, if you have one giant room, it's going to take some time to fill with oxygen. And if you have a leak, or like if it's just if you're being attacked and you have a whole breach, the more rooms you have, the less chance of explosive decompression, the less chance that air will just start flowing out from the entire ship you have. So splitting up things in a room might actually be quite smart. Let's see, if I want to have my 3x3 walkway, I don't think that's going to be possible. Let's see. We have to decide where we want the entrance to the room, because we can have just 2 rooms next to each other and have like a door in between them. We can have like a wall just in between them, but we need a way to effectively pass through. Plan how big we need this to be. Now the question is also, like, I could easily just smack down 3 oxygen generators and call it a day, but I don't really think I need 3 oxygen generators. It's better to have like a lot of... Oh, actually I need a space for hydrogen as well, since I'm making hydrogen. I'm thinking of having 2 giant cargo bays downstairs here. In the cargo room, it will be a cargo bay room. And I'm probably gonna have a lot of conveyors. Everything is gonna be connected to the cargo rooms, of course. And I'd rather have 2 big cargo bays than having like a lot of small ones, because as you see, like even with the Galahad there, it's difficult to find everything. So I want it to be as few places to store things in as possible, to make the inventory management easier. I think this will do nicely for a good oxygen generation room, and I think we can actually split it into a nice hallway. Depends on how... The thing is, the walls always have to be one thick. Could have a middle hallway here that's just 1 block wide, but 2 blocks high. That might be nice. Let's just plan out the hallway here so we know where we want to go. So you can see it's already starting to take shape. I think I have like random pirates attack enabled. So it is possible we might suddenly be jumped upon by pirates, but the Galahad is armed and the space station there is actually also armed. So we should be perfectly fine actually if pirates attack us. They might damage a bit of this ship here, but we just repair it. So this is where I want a hallway, and I'm gonna have like this. Oh, I can never get this good. I could just look at that box there. So there we go. So I think I'm having like a hallway like this, having the door there. I'm gonna keep it like that. That looks good. I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna stand here. You're gonna see it's gonna make this hallway feel a lot bigger just having these angled blocks instead of regular one. We can put a door here. So this room is gonna be 3 wide. I think that's just perfect actually. That's gonna be the edge of the room. That's gonna be the edge of the room. I'm gonna actually mark this up, and I'm just gonna remove this just to keep things symmetrical and easy for me to visualize. Whoa. I can imagine playing this with Oculus Rift. I don't think it supports Oculus Rift yet, but playing this with Oculus Rift would be... I would probably puke after like 5 minutes. So having the oxygen reserve tanks here would be good. Let's see if we have some... Oh, we have them here. Let's see if we can place them. Oh, we can actually place them. That's excellent. Let's see here. I'd rather have those meters. Oh, that is not what I want to do. No, I do want to commit suicide. Oops. Okay, do we have the meters? Where do we have the meters? Yes, now we have. This is how I want it placed. 3 and 4 oxygen tanks will be more than enough to maintain a good oxygen level on the ship. To have this light, I want to have it. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. If anyone is watching this and you're cringing, that's perfectly alright. Okay, this is how I want them, so we can walk in, see the light if it's being activated or not, and we're gonna have them right next to each other like that. That will make things easier just to walk in, check on them. And we have room here. If we need to, we can easily add 2 more oxygen generators to the mix if we feel like it needs, especially if we need like the hydrogen. We have some room for improvement. It's possible we might even put a med bay here or something, just hook them up directly to the oxygen. Having between 2 or 3 med bays is a must, I think. We have only 1 med bay here, and if that's destroyed, you know you're shit out of luck. So having 2 or 3 med bays, especially on a ship like this big, you want to have quick access, because that's kind of like the most important thing, really, to have access to the med bay, and quick access to the med bay if you need oxygen or hydrogen, as well as energy. You don't want your suit to run out of energy. So that looks pretty neat. That's a well planned oxygen generation room. We have to plan a little bit of how to get down, but since this is going to be a much bigger room, we're going to have like either a shaft that you can go up to, or I'm thinking actually, since this is going to be a very big room, the assemblers, we're going to have like a staircase going down. So we might have like a separate room, just a staircase down, and then have the assemblers and refineries placed here. Let's have a look at the cargo bay now. Plan that one out. keep the cargo bay about the same size as the oxygen bay here. You can see we're pretty well spaced up. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a 4 height for each room here, and that's perfect, I think. So yeah, we are gonna have this has to be a big room, since otherwise it's difficult to get the cargo base to look nice. So I'm thinking we're gonna have 2 massive cargo bays. I think that's all we need. Maybe having 2 cargo and 1 hydrogen should be enough. This is not going to be able to land on any planets, by the way, so we basically only have hydrogen for your own thrusters. And I'm thinking if this is going to support maybe a ship that could land on a planet, then we're going to need fuel for that. So 1 hydrogen tank should be enough. But I think we have enough room to actually easily add 1 additional hydrogen tank if we need it. Probably going to have a connector going down here so we can easily access. On the Galahad we can access like directly the cargo bay. They're kind of like actually built so that you can access them immediately out in the hull, but we're going to definitely have a connector going down instead, and we're going to place it like that. I need an interior plate for that. Well, I'm actually gonna end it here, and we're gonna continue in the next episode. So I'm actually gonna go and get some interior plates and see if I need some other stuff to keep placing out things. But I think we actually managed to get a pretty decent way now. We have the reactor room planned out, we have the oxygen generation room planned out, and we're almost finished with the cargo room here. And then we're gonna work on the next episode. We're gonna finish up the cargo bay. And then work a little bit on, or we're going to finish up planning the cargo bay, and I'm going to work a little bit on planning the assembler and refinery room, because I'm still not quite sure which way I want to go here. And once we're done with that, we're actually going to plan out the bridge, where we want the bridge and how we want to access the bridge. We're definitely going to be in need of like a CIC and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see. We're probably going to have build like a staircase or something like that that will access all the different compartments from there. And then it's just a matter of planning out the crew quarters and the weapons base. See how we fare with that. So, well, still ways to go before this ship is completed, but we're making headway, and as long as we have like a planning what we're gonna do, we can just put the stuff we need. I'm probably gonna move the Galahad much closer, and or move the space station much closer so we can access the inventory much easier. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and even consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.